In this life, we gotta go through some things. We gotta go through some trials. We gotta go through some pain. We gotta go through some storms. We gotta go through some rain. This world can drive you insane, but I thank God for everything. I thank God for my life and the sins He's forgiven. Could never ever forget when I was pregnant in prison, when I was down on my luck for making terrible decisions. He had it all worked out. He had a beautiful vision. I thank God every day for this life that I'm living. Being able to make a way to provide for my children. I won't stop till I run up a million. And when I run, getting ready for another day on the grind out here in Kinston, in these Kinston streets. Walking by faith, not by sight. Doing all things through Christ. This is what I do. I'm a CEO, and I've been in direct sales for so long that it's a part of life. You know, God knows it's brought me a long way, and still doing it. Get out every chance I get, every chance I can, and make this money, big money at that. So this is the neighborhood I'll be working. My partner's on the other side, and I'm gonna give it about a good run, maybe about an hour or two, make a few $1,000s a piece and call it a day. All things through Christ. Let's get it.
I got someone that's extremely special. And I'm talking about lyrical, I'm talking about raw emotion,
Thank you.
I'm talking about deep storytelling.
Oh man,
I'm
thank
talking
you.
about an artist that is passionate and is led by God, and she 100% believes that. And she makes you 100% believe that as well. Ladies and
Love it.
gentlemen, Royal the Rapper is in the building. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm wonderful. Couldn't be better. Oh man, it's been a journey. Just getting back off from a work trip, and we scheduled the right time instead of taking a whole day off today. So I've been able to relax a little bit today and do some self care, and
Yes.
so I'm feeling really good. I'm in great spirits. I'm excited. I'm excited for what we're about to do. I'm excited for the future, and let's get it. Hi, thank
You
you for
know what?
asking.
Let's shake the world. Now, I
Yes,
want you to tell the audience where exactly are you from? Give
yes,
us a little
okay.
briefing on your childhood
Got
memories.
you. Got you. I'm from a town in South Carolina called Aiken, South Carolina. Where are you from? I gotta ask you that first. Are you
Miami, Florida.
from Miami? Okay, I was just in Pensacola, on a work trip, not too long ago, a few months back. So Aiken, South Carolina, uh, but I feel like I've been just about everywhere. I feel like I've been raised in different areas. Aiken is just
Right.
it's my hometown, but I've been raised in and you count it, but I just say South Carolina, born and bred all day, every day.
Wow. And
And
so did you have two parents growing up or
yeah, yeah. So
wow, okay.
I had both of my parents. Thankful for that. Mom and dad. So they did what they could. I'm raised by two Capricorns. Go figure. Um,
Oh
you
my.
know, so that explains definitely. I have no doubt where my work ethic comes from. Capricorns are all salute to Caps out there. The hardest working people I've ever met, besides Libras. Fly, what's your sign? Fly.
Sagittarius.
I'm Sag. Okay, my brother's a Sag. Um, and so, won't get too deep into it, but my parents have been very active pretty much, my whole life. And, I'm a child of divorce, say that. So, but they've always, regardless of all that, always been there and just, so I can truly say I've had my mother and my father growing up, coming up, most
And,
definitely.
and and you know that's so important because you can tell a lot when someone is getting gets the proper nourishment,
Thanks.
and I can just tell you seem very well balanced. But
I
I'm
do my
sure
best.
life wasn't always well balanced for you. Now, moving on in life,
Mm-hmm.
first before we talk about you getting into music,
Mm-hmm.
was there any things that you were going through in life as you were getting older
Mm-hmm.
that meant you say, okay, man, life is here?
Yes, and that's why when we spoke, you said, "Hey, think about the documentary. Think about where you want to start." So crazy that you asked me that when you asked me, because I've been planning to do a documentary for several years now. Just never had someone to actually put the fire under me. So I kind of feel like you kind of did that for me. So I really thought and I prayed. You said the best. I just my senior year in college. I feel like that year is when my life really began. I was a good girl. You know how they say the good girl going bad. I won't necessarily say that, but I was a star athlete, and just from
What?
middle school, high school, full $56,000 scholarship to the Citadel, athletic scholarship to that school, and my life really began. I would honestly say it really began my sophomore year of college, when I found out I was pregnant with my first child. And moving forward, fast forward. So I don't know if you're asking me when did I make the decision to get into music. I kind of feel like I've been doing it all my life, but I made the critical decision to say this is what I'm going to do as far as my life 20 years ago. We'll say 20 years.
Wow.
So dating back to 2005, when I made the decision to go full, pursuing my music career, and I knew it wasn't going to be easy. But that's always been my main focus outside of everything I've been doing over the years.
And you know what? You got to have focus. I mean, being that good in athletics, if you don't mind me asking you, what sports were you great in?
Basketball.
What?
Basketball was my first true love. Basketball, honestly, before any person, before my kids, before I even had kids, I just wanted to go and play basketball, and that's just all I wanted to do. I actually was offered a basketball scholarship out of high school, but my parents kind of pushed me, and my support system pushed me to go to the school that I went to. I had a bigger offer, so I took a track and field scholarship there. So I was a basketball slash track and field star, and
Nice.
yeah, believe it or not. So that's why I got to get working now. Now that God is opening the doors, and I feel like my dreams are really coming to fruition, and it's my time. I'm gonna really get ready to get back in shape and get back into that athletic body that I know how to, that where I come from. So
And that's fan.
basketball, track and field star, that's where I was back in the day.
Who is Royal the Rapper? Royal the Rapper is more than an artist. She's a movement, known for her powerful lyricism, unique flow, and deep storytelling. She has built a name in the hip hop industry with tracks that inspire, energize, and speak to real life experiences. Her music blends hard hitting beats, raw emotions, and unfiltered truths, making her a standout voice in the rap scene. The journey. Starting from underground rap battles to dominating digital platforms, she's been on a relentless rise. Her journey is fueled by passion, hustle, and an unbreakable connection with her fans. Every song she creates tells a real story, one of struggle, success, and the drive to keep pushing forward. What makes Royal the Rapper unique? Authentic storytelling. Her music reflects life's highs and lows, making every track relatable. Signature sound. A fusion of classic hip hop vibes, modern rap elements, and original creativity. Unstoppable energy. Whether in the studio, on stage, or connecting with fans, she always gives 100%. Global impact. With music available on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, and more, her reach is worldwide. Join the movement. Royal the Rapper isn't just making music, she's building a legacy. Her fan community is more than listeners. They're part of a cultural shift that embraces realness, passion, and the raw essence of hip hop.
One thing that I do love about you is your transparency. You don't mind saying, "Hey, this is where I'm at now. This is where I can see myself at now."
Okay.
and that means a whole lot.
Thank you.
And it's a major ingredient in being successful. So
It
you
is.
having success in athletics, now you're transitioning, now you're going into music.
Yes.
Now tell me about that experience where you felt like this is really getting on the professional level. Do you remember that exact day?
Yes, I do. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there right now, since we're recording, and then it's a lot of people that don't know this crazy truth, and you're gonna be one of the first of very few that knows this secret about me. Cause so I'm a college dropout. My senior year midterms at the Citadel, I made the decision to leave my senior year. I mean, I literally had my degree, got my ring from the school and everything. I won't go into detail why I made that decision, but I made the decision, and then I wrote statement. All I remember is sending an email to one of my professors saying I'm gonna be. Everybody's asking my friends, "What are you doing? What's going on? Are you crazy? You got on your mind?" I'm going to pursue a music career. I believe that much in my talent that I was going to make it. I knew it was going to be easy. So here we are 20 years later. I've been through hell and back. And you know how
Okay.
God works, it has not been easy. And I only had one child at the time. And I made the decision because I felt like this is the only way that I was going to be to really give her the life that she deserves. I was going to go into the army. I would have been a second lieutenant going straight out of that school, straight into the army. But when God blessed me with her, I just completely said, you know what, I'm gonna take another course, and I'm gonna go as hard as I can to get this music and get going, and that way provide the real life that she deserves. So that's what I did. I
Wow.
left my senior year. I went into the workforce and worked. I started my own studio, started my own record label back then called Bad as Hell Records Incorporation. And I had an artist. I was managing artists, like 13 artists, and we was making mixtapes, crazy mixtapes, rapping, and it's a lot. It's a lot that the world really doesn't. They really don't know, but we're gonna find out really soon. So um,
So you've
I
been
hope that.
grinding for a minute.
Yeah, I've been grinding for a minute. Yeah, this I didn't just wake up and say, okay, I'm gonna do this. I got a lot of songs. I got a lot of we have a few mixtapes. I've collaborated with some great artists over the years. I've been doing a CEO thing for a minute. That's why I feel like it comes easy as far as transitioning to starting my own company, sales and marketing. It just comes naturally. But yeah, so I've been doing it for a minute, Sly. I've been doing it for a minute. Just the world has it. It's 3 kids later. I have to say life and 3 kids later. So I have a total of 4 children. Excuse me. I have sons and daughters. I have 2 sons, 2 daughters, 2 daughters, 2 sons, and that's, I mean, God. I feel like, I don't know. I can't even explain the feeling that I have as far as being blessed. So, can you imagine? Say I'm going hard and doing this for my one child, and then 3 kids later. So I got the fire. Gotta go super
Wow.
extra hard now. So I'm ready. They're all my oldest. She's grown and gone. And my younger kids, they're in high school now. So I feel like God has finally got to that point where I can breathe and I can really do me. You know what I mean? So I'm
Do
ready.
you think that your kids did they save you? I mean, were you going through something where
They
it was
saved my life.
you feel like you're making some wrong decisions in life and all of a sudden
Yeah,
they
yeah.
redirected your focus?
They saved my life. God is nothing but God. I'm telling you. And I'm gonna put some things out there music wise. I'm not gonna go all into detail about it, but yeah, they definitely saved my life for sure. I
Yeah.
didn't. They were not my Latin. I didn't plan any of my children because it was God's plan and God's timing. And but I thank God for them, no doubt about that. Most definitely. That's an ultimate question right there. But yeah, I don't even know where I would be if it wasn't for these guys. So
Now I want to
yeah.
ask you this now. What was some of your musical inspirations to get you in the game?
Okay. Um, All right, so now that's a broad question. Um, I I love Lauryn Hill. I love her tone, her voice. But I don't want to just rap. I chose to do rap because I know God blessed me with the gift of gab, and that's one of my gifts for sure. Anybody that knows me knows that. Been in door-to-door sales for 15 and a half years, so go figure. But Lauren Hill is something about her versatility kind of reminds me of myself. She can rap, she can sing, she can write, all that. So it's like I kind of feel like, I definitely Lauren. And now as far as rap goes, like just strictly rap, I mean, that's a broad question. That's a broad, I mean, super broad question. I have a lot of
You got a lot
yeah,
of
yeah, it's
influence
a lot.
or
Yeah,
inspiration.
it's a lot. But me myself, very humble, and I've been, I'm gonna remain humble. I'm not, I feel like I could have been went out and stepped out into, say, hey, but I feel like just like how we met is all in God's timing, and no fault starts, just like track and field. You can't just you go get behind that line. He's gonna shoot that gun. You gotta go as soon as you hear that gun. But if you jump out there before that gun, so no fault starts. So I'm 40 years old now, and I was like, God, and it's been a struggle over the years. Like, you know how it is. It's easy to lose sight of your dreams when you're working, you're grinding, you're trying to take care of kids and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
going through life. But you know, um, I now truly feel like it's my time now. So my name is Monter. Mont as in Tom, Air. My middle name is Danielle, and it's spelled differently. It's spelled Danyeal. My last name is Booker. I'm a Booker. But between even my first and my middle name, Royal, those letters in my name. Money is in my name, Money. It's in my name. It's just like kind of like one day, I'm honest to God, I was just like just kind of looking. I don't even remember what I was looking. I was looking at my name and I was just looking, and I said, you know what? Because I was thinking of okay, because I had reinvented myself. I used to go by T Air. That was my rap name. That's what everyone called me, T or T Air, and that's the T, MON the T, and then the hyphen AIR. So that's what everybody used to call me, T Air. That's what I used to go by. But this new me, how we, God saves us, and then when He saves us, we go through the awakening. I just feel like I can't. I'm not that person anymore. So
You can change. Yeah, you can change your
royal, and hey, and then my mother's name, her name is Rosa, Rosa, Rosabelle, and that even gave me the encouragement even more. I said, you know what, this is what it is, Royal the rapper, and that's where we've been ever since, and I love it. And
It's
also
very catchy.
not just that, but as a queen, I just feel like I had to after life experiences, I just felt like I had to adjust my crown. And so that's why even in my signature, my name, a lot of my music, you see the crown over the R. So it reminds me every day, hey, that I'm a queen. I'm royal. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
am not gonna allow anybody to treat me anything less than that. You know what I mean? So thank you for that question. I really appreciate it, and I hope that answers that question. So it's in my birthday. That's the best way I can answer that.
Well, that's a great answer.
Thank
And
you.
I want to talk about the music a little bit because you got three singles, okay, that
Mm-hmm.
I know of. I know that there's probably more in the pot cooking, but you got Watch Me, you got Thank God, which is a really good, powerful song, and then you have a song called Get Up.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about those records and
Mm-hmm.
what
Right.
inspired you to write, especially the Thank
Okay.
God record. I really love that record.
Yeah, and put a couple remixes to it. I don't know if you heard those. So thank you for even asking. So I'm gonna start here. So um all right. So I had some death in my family. Last year I lost my uncle. He just passed all of a sudden. My aunt's husband who's all so my dad's sister's
Sorry to hear that.
husband. Yeah, I mean, heart attack. And then we went, we put him to rest, had a great home going for him. And then a week later, my first cousin's daughter, which was his granddaughter, got tragically killed. You know what I mean? So it just really, and of course, we're gonna go through death, but that I've never been through something from back to back in my family. Oh my God. So what happened was I said, you know what? Because I've been writing, but that prompted me to write this song called Trust God. I have not released that song, but it's on my social medias. I'll share it with you later. So I wrote that song, and it was really directed towards what I was going through with my family. It hurt really bad, you know. That was a tough time. And then from there, I just, I never looked back. And so from there, I said, okay, God told me after I wrote that song, Trust God. Got a lot of feedback. Oh man, I love it. And God said, okay, it's time. And then so that's been the mode that I've been on, just more spiritual, and more of inspirational rap or motivational rap. That's just where I've been. I'm not gonna say I've been like that all my whole career.
Right.
Over the years, I'm telling you, especially when I first started, it was a little, yeah. I have a
It was a
Rolodex.
little street.
Yeah, and some street. I got a little bit of everything. I got this remix that I got so many people saying you need to drop this one song and it's gonna make billions. I did a remix to Jamie Foxx song Unpredictable called he did
Yeah.
I did a remix to that song, and I don't know if I shared it with you, but I shared it with you personally. So but anyway, so that's when I did the Trust God, and then I said, you know what? I think it's time for me to go ahead and start telling the world who I am and start with my testimony. And so
Right.
thank God was a part of my testimony, just a little piece, and it inspired a lot of people. And then I had got an artist that I've been knowing for a long time. His name is J.R. Paper Chase. That dude. I mean, he straight up hustle. Always. I mean, just like me, to be on the corner selling the CDs for $3, taking donations, going door to door. Hey, can you buy my music? I did that. You know what I'm saying? I did that with my group back in the day. So I always had a lot of respect for this guy. And so he was like, "Oh man, I love it, man. You got to give me a verse." And he really, I don't even know he was being serious. So I hit my producer and said, "You know what? Can we make an open verse for him?" And then so there was a remix. But before that, I was texting in my family group and I said, "Hey, Monisha, you need to jump in on this song." Monisha's my twin sister. She's also musically gifted, and then she I didn't take her serious, and she wrote a verse. And so first I did the remix with my sister, then I did the remix with them. Said, "Hey, I said let's keep it towards at least telling something about what you've been through." And just all keeping it centered towards saying, "Hey, thank God," and that's just where we went with it, and that song got a lot of love, and it's just I've been inspired since then to keep going in that direction. So
And
here
I
comes
think it's a great direction for you because, we all start out, well, not all, but, a lot of us, we start out, with a street version of ourselves,
right,
and that's how we're able to really see how God can really make an impact in your life as you start seeing yourself grow. And the
absolutely,
further you get away from that street version of yourself, the
hmm
more your understanding of, what it takes to live a high quality life. You know what I mean?
absolutely,
So I feel
absolutely.
I feel like you got that.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. And so I really appreciate you saying that. It means a lot to me. Um, Man, salute to you, doing big things, so and then to further answer that question, so I could thank God. I say, you know what? So Donnie McClurkin, I'm gonna tell you something about that song originally. So Donnie McClurkin, how you wrote the song, we fall down, but we get up. You heard that
Yeah,
before, right?
yeah,
So originally, that was where I went with the song. I was singing over him in the hook, and so we put the music out there, and it got copywritten like quick. It's like nope. So we had to go and man, we had to go and change that up, take Donnie McClurkin's voice off, and just have me coming in saying, just something like, we all fall down, but and just go from there with that song.
yeah,
But Get Up was I honestly I put maybe a couple hours into that song. I just just all of a sudden just wrote that was right. I don't even know. And I wasn't
You
even, I
called
did
the
not,
Holy Spirit.
yeah, yeah. I didn't take it serious. That's the thing. I really did not take that song serious. I was telling, my sound engineer, my producer, guys that helped me to rock or record. I said, Jelani, I don't think this, I don't really, I didn't think it was, I thought it was cool, but definitely not my best. But it got a lot of love, and then so I just been inspired since then, and just said, okay, well, I'm gonna stay in this direction instead. My niece, my twin said, "What you gonna do for like a come out song? What what I'm saying?" So that's what Watch Me came into. What I'm saying? Watch Me. I feel like that's my way of introducing myself, to the world. Okay, this is who I am, and we're gonna just go take it from there.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
And I want the audience to watch me right now tell you guys that Royal the Rapper is about to do some serious things.
Tired of old school cable internet slowing you down? Let Tech Savvy Sales and Marketing Group help you make the switch. We are a leading provider of internet, home automation, security, and TV services, offering high-speed solutions tailored to your needs. Thanks to partnerships with top providers like AT&T Fiber, Vivint, Kinetic Windstream, Brightspeed Fiber, and DirecTV, we can connect you with amazing deals. For example, switching from Spectrum Cable to AT&T Fiber can boost your upload speeds by up to 25 times, providing plenty of bandwidth for smart home devices, streaming, gaming, and work. No more lag or slowing down. Our highly trained professionals offer free personal consultations, and unlike other providers, we go above and beyond with direct communication and doorstep visits to find the best solution, tailored to your exact needs. Call us today to schedule your free consultation or visit our website for more information on our services.
In this life, we gotta go through some things. We gotta go through some trials. We gotta go through some pain. We gotta go through some storms. We gotta go through some rain. This world can drive you insane, but I thank God for everything. I thank God for my life. And the sins he's forgiven, could never ever forget. When I was pregnant in prison, when I was down on my luck for making terrible decisions, he had it all worked out. He had a beautiful vision. I thank God every day for this life that I'm living. Being able to make a way to provide for my children. I won't stop till I run up 1 million. And when I run up 1 million, then I'ma run up 1 billion. Don't believe me, just watch. You witnessing the top notch. And I'm gon' shine cause it's my time, like the hands on the clock. As long as God is my rock, number one is my spot. I reinvented myself. Used to be cold, now I'm hot. About my past I forgot, but I could never forget. Cause I don't live there anymore like an evicted tenant. So when you speak on my name, put me